Hey everybody, Hans Hernke here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm joined by a special guest and friend, Asia DeMarcos. Hello, Asia.
Hello.
You may remember her as Miss Hawaii in the movie Miss Congeniality with Sandra Bullock.
Yes.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for having me here at your lovely house.
Oh, thank you.
Very pretty.
Thanks.
So tell us, how did you get into acting and how did you get this role in that movie? There's some memorable moments in that movie too.
Yes, and the movie still plays to this day over and over again, so it's really nice when I get those checks. How I got into acting, I was that kid that was super annoying, that my dad was always telling me to be quiet during commercials because I was always mimicking commercials and doing impersonations. And even to this day, I don't know, I pick up people's mannerisms and I emulate them, and because, it's just fun for me.
Right on.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did that lead to other things later on, like
Yes.
Getting an agent and things like that too?
Yes, I started print modeling and then background work. I lived in Texas. I worked on Walker, Texas Ranger.
Oh, nice.
Then I became a featured extra in the bar scene and moved out to LA and got my first big break with Miss Congeniality. It was my first film role. Right
on. How did you get that role?
Well, I originally, because it filmed in Austin and I lived in Fort Worth, I auditioned for Miss Ohio originally, and yes, so I was living out here, and I got the call back, and I was just like, I read the script, and I was like, man, Miss Hawaii, that's my role. Like, I can be her, I can play her, I want that role. And so I just went. I had to go back to Austin and met with the director, and I just wowed him, and I don't know, we just had a good rapport, like a really good banter, just a good energy. And he said, can you come back and read for another role? And I said, Miss Hawaii. And he laughed, and he was like, yeah, Miss Hawaii. And like I said, timing is everything, and it just worked out for me.
You kind of put it out there.
Yeah.
Law of attraction. You wanted it, and it became yours.
I do believe in that, in manifesting those kinds of things, as hokey as that might seem, but I really do believe if you put your mind to things, you can achieve anything in life.
Absolutely.
And get anything you want.
Absolutely. So working with Sandra, what was it like working with her, and do you have any like funny, memorable moments or anything that crazy that happened on set?
She was a doll. She was a dream. So she actually lived in Austin as well. She had a house in Austin at the time, and she was dating a local, I don't even remember his name, some guy in a band. And she was so lovely and giving, and she took us all out one night to the club, and we got to be in a private room, of course, and she was just always really lovely. And I know that was a really hard time for her because her mother had just passed away. And so I know she's kind of throwing herself into work. So as distant as sometimes she may have felt, she was always very lovely and reassuring and helpful and giving on set.
Oh, that's sweet.
She's a wonderful person.
And her latest film, Bird Box, too, like this is something completely different than all the other movies she's played in. Did you see Bird Box?
I did. I didn't quite get it. I wasn't sure.
You didn't watch it with a blindfold on, did you?
No.
What, like the other cast members, like William Shatner and Michael Caine, did you get to meet them?
Oh, yes.
Work with them too? Bill
was a doll. Michael Caine, he kind of kept to himself a little bit. Candace and Michael kind of kept to themselves. We were always together, the girls and I, Miss Texas and New York and Rhode Island. So we were all like a group, so we were always kind of kept together. So
they kept you in a hotel together?
In a haunted hotel.
Really?
Yes, the Driscoll. And
Any ghost stories from there?
We do have ghost stories.
Tell us one.
So Miss Texas and I, Deirdre Quinn, we were like, let's go look for ghosts. And there was like a mezzanine level in the hotel, and we were just up there, and we heard like a crash, like in the kitchen area, and nobody was there. Like it was closed and there was no workers, nothing. And because we definitely were sneaking around, looking around, and we heard a crash in the kitchen, and then we opened up the kitchen door. We were like, opened in the kitchen, and this old time, like an old radio music started playing.
Ooh.
It was, it was super creepy, and we were like, laughed, and we never went back.
But the radio was just randomly just sitting there?
We didn't see the radio.
You heard the music.
We only heard the music.
Oh,
it was like old time, like an old time radio. Like,
oh man.
Yeah.
But nothing happened in your rooms at all.
Nothing happened in my room, but one of the girls had reported meeting somebody in the elevator that saw something.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome though.
Yeah.
You know I love that stuff.
I know. I knew you'd love that story.
So after that movie was done, did you get anything else after that, or? Again,
that was my first movie role, and I was here in LA, and I went on a lot of go-sees, a lot of general meetings with people in the studios, and I auditioned for everything. I auditioned for every pilot, every commercial, everything in town.
Okay. Did you do, after that you went to skincare, is that correct?
I started skincare after my son was born in 2003. And I became an esthetician. I went to aesthetic school and then opened my own business called Hollywood Beautiful. And I was fortunate enough to also have celebrity clientele. So working with celebrities and then translating into working on celebrity faces after that.
Well, she does give really awesome facials.
Thanks.
My wife and I are both testimonies to that. Do you have any testimonies from any of the celebrities that you worked on after getting a facial?
Oh yeah, I do. It used to be on my website. I've recently taken it down because I don't own that business anymore, and I work in a sales organization selling skincare. So I work with the #1 aesthetic company, who is also a pharmaceutical company, but I sell the skincare. So I've recently taken it down, but I've had, Mario Lopez, Ryan Seacrest, Lady Gaga. I did her face for the Golden Globes 1 year. Not this year, but gosh, I have to look way back in my Instagram feed to see that one. Simon Cowell, I worked on him. So gosh, so many celebrities.
Well, they got the right girl, so
Thank you.
You did an amazing job. You make our faces glow every time you do it. So your sales job.
Yeah.
How did you get into that? And your acting helps with your sales job.
Oh gosh,
Yeah.
sales. I think a lot of companies look for actors for sales roles because it all translates. It's all the same. You're playing a different part every time you walk into an office. You're either their business partner, their therapist, their cheerleader, or their punching bag. So you just have to figure out what role you're playing when you walk in that office. And it's different, right? So I don't go in and punch a clock every day. So it makes life very interesting and different. So
It's very time consuming.
yes, because you're in your car all day trying to get from appointment to appointment. But I wouldn't have it any other way.
Have you dealt with really nice clients and then ones that are really very rude and
Yes.
condescending?
I have, because I'm in LA, I have people with very high expectations and unrealistic expectations, basically. And so kind of maneuvering through that and making everybody feel like they are special and that they are worth it. But also, holding my ground and not being taken advantage of too. So it's a very fine line. It's a very interesting job.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot on your plate.
There's a lot. There's a lot. Yes.
Do you have anything coming up currently that you're doing?
No. I'm working on my sales quota.
Well, going into that, do you have any advice that you want to give to people that are inspiring to be an actor, an actress, or even a salesperson, or doing skincare?
Oh, absolutely. Whatever it is, bring your passion, bring your A game, be the best, work at it like it is your job. So the best advice I can give you as an actor getting started in the business is you need to practice your craft every day. So, Tara Lipinski, she was one of my clients at the time, and I asked her, like, how often were you on the ice? Like, she was like 8 hours a day. Like that is how you get to the Olympics. That is how you win a gold medal. Yeah. Right? Your brain is a muscle that you exercise, so you need to exercise it every day. Same with sales. Be the best. You gotta be organized. Have a good attitude, and learn how to hear no, because you're gonna hear no a lot more in this business than you will yes. So just keep your head up and keep at it.
Very well said, Asia.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much for your time and joining me today.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it in your lovely home.
Thank you.
And Chloe, thank you so much for joining us today as well. Do you have anything that you'd like to say?
Get out of here.
I will. Thank you once again for watching. If you're new, subscribe, hit the notification button below for more interviews, more content like cooking and Disneyland stuff. That's all for now. Thank you again. Out.